Like, so many moments during that entire trip that I'm just never gonna forget. It was a blast. It was so much fun. And I think hanging out with all the boys too, like when everyone finally joined in the Airbnb, because I told you guys it was just Vox and I for a bit, but then we were slowly joined by more people staying with us. So hanging out and like having like a boys like B&B for a bit was so cathartic. It was so nice. Truly all the homies together in one spot, you know. We kind of just got to chill for a bit. When we weren't streaming, we were like eating together or going out. I mean, Vox told you about the time Wilson and I went to Sushiro and they mentioned how many plates that I consumed. You know, I can eat, dog. So maybe whenever we're together again in the future, the podcast will return. But for now, they're dead. Personally, I was like, here's the thing. I want to make this clear because I said like no. Really initially I was like, no, let's not do this, let's not continue this online. Like they were like, you want to just do this like maybe once every week, and I was like, fuck no, definitely don't want to return to this once a week. I think the value of the podcast comes from the fact that we were there together in person. You know what I mean? I don't think it's the same thing. It doesn't have the same effect. So I feel like whenever we're together again, then it's like we can return to it, because that was the only reason we did it every day as well. We knew that we weren't going to be able to do it for that long. That's the only reason. I feel like that's where the appeal comes from, is that we're together. If we do something like that again and we do it online instead of offline, then I feel like we'd have to change the name. I think Diamond Days is a offline podcast only. Overall, I think it was a whole good time. I'm trying to think of like other moments that like particularly stood out to me. There was the part where I got to drink some of Hoshirube's sparkling wine. Let me pull up the pictures on my phone. You know we can't see your phone, right? Yeah, I know you can't. That would be a bad thing if you saw my phone. I'm looking up the pictures to remind myself of the story. Did you go to the maid cafe in the end? No, we didn't get to go to the maid cafe. We didn't get to go to the maid cafe. I was very, very, very sad. I also found a Shiba Inu cafe, which made me cry because I missed my son. Any funny stuff with the girlies? Oh, I can finally tell you guys my perspective of being at karaoke. Look. Okay. So this is my perspective of the karaoke story. So basically, we were chilling in the karaoke room. We were ordering food. People weren't even sure if we were actually going to sing. But I was already feeling it from dinner, and I was like, let's do something. So Alira was like, you know, we can order an entire pitcher of lemon sour. And I was like, and she just started fucking laughing and was like, I mean, it just comes with it. It says 0 yen. It's free. I grabbed that shit, started going crazy, and I was really feeling it. It was really all up in my head. No hangover, by the way. Throughout the night, there was no real standout thing, but it was kind of a lot of me going to the bathroom because I was drinking a lot of lemon sour and also drinking a lot of water. So I would constantly just have to leave to go to the bathroom, and then I would come back. And then like there was one time when I was so drunk that I twerked on Claude. I twerked on Claude in front of everybody. I was throwing it back like Thanos style. That shit was crazy. I don't actually see his reaction or his face because, you know, like obviously my back was turned to him. So that was going on. But funnily enough, if I remember correctly, when I got up and did that, I was initially going to do something else. I was going to like get up and go to the bathroom, I think. And they were like, are you going to dance for us, Vanta? And I was like, no, I can't dance. I'm not a dancer. I can't remember who asked me. I think it was it Wilson? Or was it somebody else that asked me? Mind you, I'm drunk, so I'm sorry if this story is a bit muddled. But I get up, someone asked me if I can dance, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna dance. I'm not a dancer. And they were like, can you twerk? And I was like, I'm not really a twerker either, but I could try. And then they were like, come on, go for it. So I got in a position, bent over, you know, knees like bent, hands on my knees. I was like ready to go. And you know, I got a fat ass anyways, so like I don't really have to do much work to make it shake. So I just start going, and Claude just happens to be right there. So then I just start twerking on Claude. He was a victim of proximity. Like literally, if anybody else had been there, it probably would have been somebody else, but Claude happened to be there. So it just worked out. Claude was sitting like right next to me. Like the way it was kind of positioned, it was pretty much, you walked into the room and there was like kind of a booth. It was like a big booth area. So like I was sitting on one end of the booth and Claude was sitting on the end, like that was really close to me, but not necessarily connected. So when I would stand up, Claude would like see me. So like he just happened to be right there. And then that happened. And then I would go to the bathroom, and then I came back, and then one time Wilson was just right there. So I just hugged him for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. I just hugged him. And he was like, when are you gonna let me go, dude? And I'm just like, I don't know. And I was like, whatever. I got up, And then, so Wilson tells the story like I got up and then I immediately started hugging Vox. But funnily enough, I wasn't actually hugging Vox. Well, technically I was, but like that wasn't like my intention. What really happened was that I went to go sit down because I was so drunk. The speed at which I was moving was enough to make me sit down. And then I guess the momentum that I still had made me fall over. And Vox was sitting further into the booth that I was sitting in. So when I sit down and then fall over, I just fall in his fucking lap. So I'm just kind of leaning on him and he just kind of like grabs me and he starts patting my shoulder, patting my head. He's like, it's all right, buddy. Are you okay? You're all right. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. We kind of just look like, I'm trying to think of how we look. I'm trying to think of like an image or like an art piece that looks similar to how we are appearing in that way. But Vox is basically just chilling in the back and I just kind of lean on him. You know? I'm just like out of it. I'm like, ugh. I'm just like, ugh. He just kind of has his arms around me. And he's just like, it's all right, buddy. Are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little drunk. He's like, yeah, you are a little drunk. So that happened. And it was pretty much just a lot of that. Throughout the entire night. And it's so funny because I think that was the night that I sang with Alira again. We ended up singing the same song because that's the only song I know. I need to learn more Japanese songs. I don't know that many, so that I can do more duets with people. But I ended up singing that song again. We ended up singing a bunch and doing a bunch more singing. I ordered some food because I was like, I'm gonna die of alcohol poisoning if I don't eat something. Can't wait to see you drop it like it's hot in 3D. No, I don't know if 3D will be able to capture all this. That was pretty much the gist of what actually happened. What actually happened is that I sat down and fell over into Vox, and Vox just reciprocated. And then Wilson's just like, oh, really? Really? You're just gonna do that? And I'm drunk as fuck. I'm like, yeah, totally. And then he just starts hugging Claude, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's just how that happened. Yeah, no, Wilson's a jealous guy, but I mean, you know, that's a good thing. Wilson won't stand for no bullshit. But pretty much whenever we were at karaoke, I was just enjoying myself. As a matter of fact, we went to karaoke the night before the actual karaoke, and I got to practice Sayonara Mata Itsuka, and that was what kind of gave me the wherewithal to actually go forward with it. I was actually gonna not sing that song because I was so scared of it, but I decided to go through with it because of our karaoke like adventures. We went to karaoke so many times. Way too many times. And I feel like every single time I was like attacked for drinking. Like literally, I'm just like, give me a lemon sour, give me a lemon sour, hand it over, order me a lemon sour. And like the first time we go to karaoke, or no, this is the second time I think. This is the origin of the tweet. Sunny's to my right, Shu is to my left. I'm ordering lemon sours and I'm like drinking. Shu's just like, make sure you pour yourself some water. And I'm like, I have water right here, I swear. And then they're just like, order him some more lemon sour, but order him water. You know, like they're both like basically in on trying to get me to not drink that much. And I'm just like, guys, what the heck? What the fuck? They're just flanking me. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? How can I escape them? I'm trying to drink lemon sour, but I feel bad for ordering because like they're just there. Like, make sure you drink water. They're having the pitcher of water pour me more cups. They're just like, here. It's like, man, actually babysitting me. Man.